Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm so excited because yesterday I got my order from Oden's Eye. I have the 3 new palettes that they released in collaboration with different content creators here on YouTube, and I am so stoked to be playing around with these. I was thinking to do one dedicated video for each and every palette. So these are the 3 new palettes that Oden's Eye have created. It's the round 2 with 3 different creators. So we have the Mighty Monster palette with Annette's makeup corner. Love the packaging of these. We have the Earthwood palette in collaboration with the Fancy Face, and we have the Spring Dragon palette in collaboration with Judy. Now I do have the other, I have 2 from like the first round that Oden's Eye had with these creators. So I have the first palette with the Fancy Face and the first palette with Annette's makeup corner. I did not get the first palette with Judy. It was called the Red Dragon, and it was I just felt like I already had those colors. It was kind of neutral with some warm tones, and I did not get that one despite it being dragon themed, because I am a sucker for dragons. I love dragons. I have my little little fox dragon here even on my arm, but yeah, I did not get that one. This palette is so stinking beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 different videos playing around with the palettes. I think I'm going to do palette bingos using, like when I do the look with, or when I try out the Earthwood palette, I'm going to use do a palette bingo with her first palette as well. And the same goes with the palette from Annette's makeup corner. But today I am thinking of playing around with the Spring Dragon palette by Judy. I am just loving the packaging. I think this is my favorite packaging out of all of them, because as I said, I'm a sucker for dragons. And this is a beautiful pastel palette. I think it feels... Oden's Eye has one old palette with pastels, but it also had pressed glitters. So this is very different it's not anything that they already have in their collection. So I think this is a really great idea, and spring is upon us soon. I live in northern Sweden, so spring might still be some time away, but it has been very mild weather these last couple of days, just like 1 degree below 0, or yeah, it's been very nice. So I am getting the spring feels, which is why I also want to play around with this one. Now, since I don't have Judy's last palette or first palette, I am going to create I think 3 looks with this one, depending on how my eyes react. My eyes do water a bit, so if I can't really remove the first 2 looks, then we shall see. It will be a surprise for you as well as for me if I do 3 looks. But we are going to start off with playing with this palette, and yeah, if you want to see the looks that I create, you should definitely keep on watching. Okay, you are a bit closer, so we are going to play around with this beautiful palette. So in this palette you get 12 different shades, and you have 5 shimmers and 7 matte shades. So what are we going to do? So I think I'm going to do like a neutral look first, because I never really do that. So I'm gonna play around with this one, probably this pink, and do something fun. I think I'm gonna start off with putting this shade. It is called, what are you called? Flora, in my crease. So let me know, did you pick up this palette or any of all of the... I did not get the bundles with the lip things because there were just lip glosses released, and I'm trying to narrow down my lip gloss collection because I'm just not a lip gloss girl. This is very A very soft, like orange, peachy orange shade. I'm gonna pick up that brown and add this. I'm just gonna this brown is a really great shade for this palette because it's very like a neutral brown. It's not too warm, it's not too cool toned, and it blends really, really nice. I'm gonna pick this shade. So let me know if you like, did you get the first round with, ooh, this is a beautiful shade. Did you get the first round that these collaborators released? Did you get all of the ones from the first round, or did you, like me, skip out on any? I'm gonna take this shade called Long. Now for the lower lashes, I think I'm gonna go in with this pink one called Blossom, and I'm gonna just and I will also bring in Long. How quick and easy was that? I will go back into this shade Flora and just emphasize the crease and try to tie everything together. This will be a beautiful blush shade as well. Okay, this is the finished look, and it was the most quick, easy, neutral look that you like. It was a long time since I did a look this like quick, but it is very pretty and I feel very springy. Now I do have a bit of a glitter fallout here on my cheeks. I think it's from that pink shade called Petal, but I have had that issue with all of my Oden's eye eyeshadows, to be honest. So maybe you should use a glitter glue to prevent as much fallout. But yeah, this is just a very, very simple, easy look to create, and I really enjoy it. I think that both these shades, the one called Flora and the one up here called Blossom, would be beautiful blush shades as well. I might do that for the third look. But now I think I'm gonna do something more colorful here, because we do love something colorful. So what do we start off with? I'm gonna take the purple shade here called Hua, hopefully. Oh yeah, I didn't say, but I have the ColourPop cream gel liner in the shade Peach, what are we called? Peach Fuzz, which is also, if you have noticed, the theme of the hair for spring, because we need. And I will take the shade Hua, pop that. It's very nice. It shows up so nicely, even though I'm very, very pale. Now going into the shade Rain, which is that blue. I'm just using the same brush because I am lazy. Now I'm gonna take I'm gonna pick up Blossom. We have some blend here. They are not the best to maybe mix together as much, but it's what we do anyways. I'm taking Blossom. Now I'm gonna pick up the shade Moss. No, I'm not. I'm gonna pick up the shade Plum. And now I will pick up Dew. On the lower lash line, I'm going into Moss. This one was sparkle galore everywhere. And I'm also putting Moss on the inner corner. Like, I feel like these shades on my pale skin, they are very sheer, so you can't really see that much of a stark difference. I'm gonna press a bit with my finger and see. Maybe that was a bit better. They're very, very pale. Now we're taking Hua. Okay, this is look number 2. It's very soft and fairy-like, but I do enjoy it. I think that, as I said, it's on my skin, they are very, very sheer because they are pastels. And I have mascara on my lid. I should have primed with more like white primer, maybe to make them pop. I will do that. I will use a different primer for the next look, but so far, I mean, they are pastels, so of course they're going to be sheer. They're very easy to work with. I think I would have preferred if one of these shimmers maybe were something else, but so far I am enjoying it. I have not used this green and this yellow, so we are going to play around with those for the final look. I will probably have like put this yellow in the inner corner because it looks like it just wants to be there. But yeah, I'm going to remove these 2 looks, and I will be back to do the third and final look. Okay, we had some sparkle galore. Trying to remove that eyeshadow, but I did the best as I could. I had like sparkle explosion on my nose, so if you see my nose glittering, that is why. I have now primed with my MAC paint pot in Painterly. See if we can have some other pigmentation with this. So, as I said, we're going to use the green, the yellow, and figure shit out. So, let me just start off. I think I'm going to start with the yellow called Seeding, and put that on the inner part, and then put the green on the outer part. Wood. Okay, so this is the finished look, and it is nice. It is still very sheer, and boy was there sparkle galore. I had it just exploded glitter on my nose and on my cheeks, and we struggled a bit trying to clean that up, but this is the look and these are my thoughts. So, the Spring Dragon palette, it is very cute. I do love myself a pastel eyeshadow palette. Now, I think that on first application, this green and the blue were very, very bright. I think the blue is a bit more brighter than the green. The yellow is looking gorgeous on the inner corner. The shimmers are okay. They aren't my favorite shimmers because there is so much sparkle, explosion, bukkake moment everywhere. It is just not super easy to work with. I did pull out some of my other pastel palettes. So this is the other Oden's Eye that I was talking about, that they had before. So it's not an all pastel palette, and you do also have two pressed glitters here, but you have these more pastel colors also. I think that no, they are quite different. This shade called Peach Juice is different from the other ones. I also pulled out my Nomad Harayuki palette. This one is on its final stretch, and it is reduced the price is reduced on the Nomad Hems website, so if you're interested. This one is cute. These toppers are also very sparkly, but they, like, this one is a lot darker than what you find in this one. I also love the brown more in this one. Here you have like this gray color. For me, I think it is more versatile to have a brown like you have in the Spring Dragon than to have like a cool toned dark gray color like here. But that is the Nomad palette. I have the Gimme Glow Cosmetic Pastel Dreams. This is humongous. It's like the size of my face. And this is looking like that. I would say that I prefer... There are some similar shades, like the yellow, you have the green, the orange, and the blue. They are looking quite similar. Let me swatch them out. Okay, so even though this one from Gimme Glow is called Pastel Dreams, they have so much more punch than the Oden's Eye. So above is the Oden's Eye shade, and then we have the Pastel Dreams from Gimme Glow. So this is the Blossom shade, and this is the pink shade from the Pastel Dreams. This one is more pastel. But then we have the purple from the Spring Dragon and the purple from the Gimme Glow. These blue are kind of very close. Then you have still more pastel from Oden's Eye and the Gimme Glow, and more pastel yellow, and then you have the Gimme Glow. So they are more punchy, definitely in color. If you struggle with having like pastels showing up, then you should definitely go for this one. I also think I prefer the shimmer shades from Gimme Glow. They are very nice, not as glitter, sparkle, explosion heavy. I did pull out two a bit different ones. This one is from Chaotic Cosmetic. It's their ice cream palette. So this is a pastel, still a bit more punchy in tone, and you have some neutral shades down there. And these shimmers are more satiny and not as glittery as the other one. And then finally I have the old Angel palette from the Pastel Roses. And this is what that one looks like. So these pastels are more the same tone, but you obviously have like this neutral beige instead of like a fun pop of yellow that you have in the Oden's Eye palette. So this is a nice pastel palette. I think that adding that brown makes it a really good, like you can use this, only this. Otherwise many people have pastel palettes more like a companion palette because they need something to deepen it up with. But since you have that brown here, you can deepen your look up as I have done today. So yeah, my final thoughts are I like this palette. It is not my favorite pastel palette based on the somewhat of the sheerness of some of the shades, and also the glitter explosion on the glitter shade or shimmer shades, sparkly shades, whatever we call them. But it is a nice palette, and I do appreciate having it in my collection. I love this packaging. So let me know what you think about these looks. If you have gotten this palette, what do you think about the pastels in this palette? And yeah, I hope to hear from you and see you in my next video. Bye guys!